3 deals, 3 low appraisals, all in the last 60 days. And I'm not the only one seeing this. Across the country, appraisals are coming in under contract price more often. And it's catching both the buyers and the sellers completely off guard. So let's talk about what's actually going on and why it's happening, and exactly what you should do about it depending on what side of the deal that you're on. First, the basics. When a home appraises low, it means a licensed appraiser looked at the property and said it's worth less than what the buyer agreed to pay. The gap between the contract price and the appraised value is called the appraisal gap. And here's why it matters so much. Your lender will only lend based on the appraised value, not what you offered. So if you offered $400,000 but the appraisal says $380,000, the bank is writing a loan on the $380,000. That $20,000 difference, somebody's got to cover it, or the deal falls apart. Now, why is this happening more right now? There's 4 real reasons, and they're all backed by what's going on in the data. Reason 1, the market has shifted faster than the comps can keep up. Appraisers don't use what's happening today, they use what's already closed. And according to the NAR, the median closing time is about 30 days. So by the time a sale closes and becomes usable as a comp, it's already a month old. In a market where prices were climbing fast or have started to flatten, those comps lag behind reality. CoreLogic data showed that roughly 8 to 9% of appraisals were already coming in below contract price as of mid-2024. And in certain states like Michigan and Florida, it was as high as 1 in 5. That kind of lag creates a real disconnect. Reason 2, years of overbidding has finally caught up. During the frenzy, buyers were waiving appraisals left and right, throwing tens and thousands of dollars over asking price just to win. At the peak, nearly 1 in 4 buyers were waiving the appraisal contingency entirely. That drove contract prices way above what comparable sales could support. Now that competition has cooled, only about 14% of homes are selling above asking. Those inflated numbers are getting checked. The appraiser doesn't care what you were willing to pay in a panic. They care about what the data says. Now, one thing to note, when I say that people were waiving appraisals, those were cash deals. So let's go on to reason 3. Inventory is up, and that changes everything. Housing inventory rose over 16% in 2025 alone. That's one of the biggest annual jumps since the pandemic shortage started. By early 2026, active listings hit nearly 700,000 single-family homes, up more than 10% year over year. More homes on the market means more options for buyers, less urgency, and less pressure on prices. Nearly 35% of listings are now taking pricing cuts. JP Morgan's research team projects that national home price growth is going to stall to basically 0% in 2026. So we're not in a crash, but we're all in a correction. And when prices flatten or dip even a little bit, appraisals start reflecting that before sellers accept it. Reason 4, and this one catches people off guard because appraisals aren't perfect. Sometimes they miss renovations, they can pull comps from neighborhoods that really don't match, and some of them can even have factual errors. Wrong square footage, wrong bedroom count. It's not common, but it absolutely happens. NAR's own 2025 survey found that about a third of agents have proactively provided better comps to appraisers to try to support the higher contract price. That tells you how often agents feel the initial valuation missed the mark. So what do? So let's start with the buyers. If the appraisal comes in low, you've got a few moves. Option 1 is to negotiate the price. In today's market, this is working more often than it used to. Sellers don't have the same leverage that they had 2 years ago. Inventory is up and buyers have choices. A seller who loses you might face the same appraisal issue with the next buyer. Option 2, and it's the less popular option, is to bring cash to cover the gap. This is straightforward, but it's not always easy. You're paying the difference between the appraised value and the contract price on top of your down payment and closing cost. And And of course, option 3 is to just walk away. Most contracts, unless they're cash, have an appraisal contingency, and you can back out and get your earnest money back. That appraisal contingency exists for this exact reason. And there's a fourth strategy that smart buyers are using before they even make the offer, and that's called the appraisal gap clause. This is where you agree up front to cover a set amount of dollars if the appraisal comes in low. Let's say you write in a $10,000 appraisal gap guarantee. If the home appraises $5,000 and under, you cover it. If it appraises at $20,000, your guarantee caps at $10,000, and then you can negotiate the rest. This shows the sellers that you're serious without writing a blank check. Now, let's get to the sellers. This is where I see the most surprises. If your home doesn't appraise, you've got choices too, but the window is tighter than you think. You can lower the price to match the appraisal, and honestly, that's happening a lot on these deals right now. NAR data from late 2025 shows that about 6% of all contracts are getting delayed specifically because of appraisal issues. Some of those renegotiate, some fall apart entirely. You can also file a reconsideration of value, and that's a formal request asking the appraiser to review additional comps or correct errors. About a third of markets have an official process for this. If the appraiser uses bad comps or missed a major renovation, this could work. But they're under no obligation to change their number without the new data. Another option for you is to just split the difference with the buyer. You guys can meet in the middle and keep the deal alive. And then lastly, you can put it back on the market. But here's the risk with that. The next buyer's appraiser is probably going to pull the same comps, and it's going to land in a pretty similar range. The appraisal didn't come in low because you got unlucky. It came in low because the data said so. And that's the part most people don't want to hear. Just because a buyer agreed to pay a certain price does not mean the market supports that price. The appraisal is the reality check, basically. It's the one part of the deal that doesn't care about emotions, it doesn't care about bidding wars, and it doesn't care about how much you spent on your kitchen. It cares about what similar homes actually sold for. So here's the bottom line. If you're a buyer, go in with a strategy. Know your appraisal contingency options. Understand what an appraisal gap clause looks like and whether it makes sense for your offer. Don't assume that the price is justified just because you're under contract. And if you're a seller, pricing your home correctly from day one matters more now than it has in years. The days of throwing a number on the wall and letting the market sort it out are rapidly fading. Almost 4 in 10 listings are taking price cuts right now. Don't be one of them because you priced emotionally instead of strategically. And if you're seeing low appraisals the way I am right now, don't panic. But don't ignore it either. That's not bad luck. That's the market recalibrating. And people who understand that, buyers and sellers, are the ones who close deals while everyone else is getting stuck wondering what went wrong. I'm Joey Blanco with RWB Realty Group. I hope this video was helpful and informational for you. And if you have any questions about real estate, drop it down in the comment below. And if you like content like this, be sure to like and subscribe. Again, I'm Joey Blanco from RWB Realty Group, and have a great day.